Have you seen the technique called underpainting and wondered if it would work as well on mature skin as it does on younger skin? Well, I decided to put that to the test today. So if you want to see me try the technique of underpainting on my mature over 50 skin, then stick around. But before I get into it, I want to take just a second and welcome any new visitors to my channel. I'm Tina, and I'm really glad that you decided to spend a little of your day with me today. I hope that you will find this video interesting and helpful, and if you do, that you'll leave me a thumbs up and that you'll decide to become part of the journey here by clicking the subscribe button and turning your notifications on. Let's get into the makeup. I'm going to use the Essence Baby Got Bronze stick in Cinnamon Spice, and I'm going to draw this on my cheeks. Oh, that's a lot, but that's okay. Under here. And I'm not going to bother with my forehead because I wear bangs, and I used to think that, oh, I'll do that because then if the wind blows, it's there. It's just not worth the effort. And then I have the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and I honestly have no clue what color this is. I think it's like the Turks and Caicos one, but I have no idea. It's this one. And I'm just going to go in with my finger and put that above, right there. And okay, I changed my mind. I'm going to put this on my forehead too. Oh, that's a lot. It's like in my hair. Okay, so I've seen this done two different ways. I've seen it where you put this on and then you blend this and then you go back and you put your foundation on, or you do this and you also put the foundation on and you blend it all. And I think that's the way I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put some of this just on my hand, and I'm going to dab that. By the way, I didn't use a separate primer. I used the e.l.f. Whoa Glow sunscreen, and then I sprayed my face with the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist to see if that would help keep it in place longer. I have a damp sponge, but I'm also going to spray my sponge, I've seen it done this way, with the setting mist, which is supposed to help this be creamy and still blendable after it's been sitting on your skin for a while. So I'm going to start with the darkest color. Seems to me that makes the most sense to blend the dark color first. You know, and you see the younger YouTubers do this, and it leaves a really pretty flawless base for them. But they already have pretty flawless skin. So let's see how it works when the skin's not so flawless. And then I'm going to come in and blend the blush. And I'm going to use a different side of my sponge to then come in and blend the foundation. And I'm going to spray that a little bit to help this move around on my face. And I guess the idea here is that you're not layering products on your skin, that you are putting the color products on your cheeks and then the foundation everywhere else. And so you have less product. And when you blend the foundation, then you can kind of blend these edges. And I didn't put the concealer on at the same time. I'm not sure if you're supposed to do the concealer at the same time. And what do you think? I feel like it's okay. I don't feel like it's great. Honestly, I feel like the bronzer and the blush look a little patchy being put onto my bare skin and not being put over foundation. But I'm going to leave it like that, go ahead and do my concealer and also powder, and then we'll see what I think. I grabbed the Essence Camouflage Concealer. All of the concealers in my drawer are ones that I enjoy, so it's nice to just be able to reach back and not really even pay attention and just grab one. And I don't want to add too much. I have been liking doing the initial blend of this with a brush. I kind of change up my concealer technique every now and then, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes I just see something and I'm like, oh, that concealer looked really nice, and I try it. But I always come back in with my fingers. And it's like the brush just kind of takes away some of the initial excess, and then I can blend it in easier with my fingers. And I have a super dry, flaky patch right here on the inside of my eyes, so nothing's going to look very good right there. And then I will just take this dry concealer sponge just to blend out those edges. I do have a bit of a glow because of that Woe Glow sunscreen. And okay, I think it looks better even just a couple of minutes later than it did at first, which is weird. But I do feel like I need more blush. I think actually the contour is pretty good. It needs a little bit better blending up here. But I did get a lot on that side. How about some powder? Let's do the number 7, Lift and Luminate, under my eyes. I always come back in and just give a little tap tap to make sure that I'm not going to set in any creases. And my under eyes I think look really good. So then I'm going to, let's use the e.l.f. Halo Glow pink, light pink on the rest of my face. I like to just go down the center of my face and then kind of fan it out from there, because that's where I have the most issues with oil. It does feel really light on my skin. I don't feel like I have a ton of makeup on, which is kind of really nice. I think my skin looks like skin, but at the same time, I do feel like my skin has more of a light coverage. I can see more discoloration through the product, especially the cheek products, than I usually see when I put those over foundation. They were put onto bare skin, and so I don't feel like they gave the coverage there that I usually like to see. And I do think I want more blush. I think I'll grab this Kokie Soft Gradient Blush. And I'm just going to go into kind of all of it to blend it. And we'll just brush a little of that on the high points of the cheek. Just felt like it needed a little more oomph. And a blend. Yes, I think I like that better. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. setting mist again and give it one more spritz. Oh, so good. And just press that in. Okay, I am going to go do my brows and my eyes, and I'll be back to give my final thoughts on this underpainting technique. All right, so I got all this makeup on, and what do I think of my skin? I think my skin looks fine. I really do. At first, I felt like I looked kind of splotchy, and maybe it was cheating, but I did add a little bit of that powder blush over the top of it because I just felt like the blush was really weak. Maybe I just needed more in that initial underpainting step that I went into light. I did go really heavy on the bronzer, and so I think if I went in a little heavier with the blush, I might not have needed to top it up after I had everything blended in. But I did, and I don't know. I think my skin looks good. What do you guys think? On my eyes today, I used a palette that I received in friend mail from Veronica, and I'm not sure if I ever properly thanked her. I've thanked her in messages, but I haven't thanked her, I don't think, on my channel. And she not only sent me this Marc Jacobs Extravagance palette that I used today, she also sent me the Marc Jacobs Fantasine palette. I love both of these. The formula is amazing. And honestly, there isn't a scenario that I could have imagined that I would have owned one, much less two Marc Jacobs palettes. So Veronica, thank you so very much. To do this eye look today, I used 4 of these shadows. I used this one kind of all over the lid and all the way up to the brow bone just for a wash of color. I used this one in the crease. I put this shimmer in the outer portion of my eye, and then I used this one on the inner kind of 2/3. So I just love these shadows. I think they're gorgeous. And I did do this in a short, so I can link that down below if you guys are into shorts. If you're not into shorts, that's how I did the look. So again, thank you, Veronica. It's beautiful. But back to this makeup. Would I do the underpainting technique again? Sure. I mean, I think it actually turned out really nice. And like I said, I don't feel like I have a lot of layers of makeup on my face. So if that's something that you don't like, then you might really like trying this technique. It was easier than I expected. I thought it was going to be difficult to blend everything separately with it all being on my face at the same time, and I thought I was just going to end up with a mud bath on my face, but I didn't. And so what it comes down to is it's just one more way to put your makeup on. I don't know that it was faster or slower or easier or harder. It was just different. So have you tried the underpainting technique? Let me know down in the comments what you thought of it if you've tried it or if you intend to try it. I now have a library of 200 videos. If you're interested in watching more, I'm going to put one there and I'll have some linked in the description box. I hope you'll stick around and watch some more. But if you do need to run, I hope I'll see you in the next one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye-bye.